it's Shirley. Today I am working on my crazy quilt and I thought I'd show a book I created. I had a couple of these books, I've still got them, and I've got a little tiny one as well. And when I was interested in crazy quilting, at the time you could go like on eBay and you could look up crazy quilts, like antique crazy quilts. And at the time they did used to show a lot of pictures of the quilts and that, so you got a good close-up of, what you were buying. What I used to do is not buy the quilts because I couldn't afford them, is I would get one of these notebook type things, and the stitches, I would draw out the stitches that I saw on the crazy quilts. And I collected quite a few stitches over the time, and I have quite a few books here. And I've just made like simple drawings that I understand, because I know what to do with stitches. So for example, I know this is just simple cross stitch, and I just made a row of it to show how the row looked. And I did this with whenever I saw crazy quilts online as well. Somebody might have been showing an antique crazy quilt online, and I would put the stitches that I saw from those crazy quilts. Or some of the people involved in crazy quilting would show their blocks, because I was involved in a few groups as well, and I would just jot down the ideas that I saw from those blocks. So I might have saw somebody do a button with ribbon like this as well, and I'd make little notes whether I thought I could use rickrack or ribbon or beads or buttons or just plain stitches. And it's quite a real simple way to get a collection of stitches up. Sometimes I would draw out little embroidery designs as well. And I've had these books for quite a while. And they just were useful when I wanted to find a stitch that I wanted to put on the seams. So for example, today I'm going to be doing, where is it? I'm going to be doing this here, and I've just started. And to me this is enclosed buttonhole stitch, and I could do like a French knot or a bead, but I'm not doing any beads on this crazy quilt, so it's going to be a French knot. And this could be like a chain stitch, or I could use silk ribbon embroidery thread and make a little leaf stitch, which I think I might do. So I'm going to be doing that there, and I think I would like to include these little fans somewhere in here. And what I will do is I'll trace these and use the dressmaker's carbon to trace onto this, or I'll just draw it, draw it by freehand, because I can do that. So, and these little fan designs, that can be just an outline stitch. I could also use a tiny bit of applique, which I might do, and like this could be just a little bit of ribbon, like lace trim as well. I'll sort that one out, but I'm going to do this design here today on this seam here. So I'll do that, I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, I've just finished doing this seam on the crazy quilt, and I've kept it the same as what's done in this diagram. And here it is. If I just turn that upside down, you can see that it is the same. And what I did, instead of a chain stitch in here, I've used leaf stitch to do that top bit and a French knot. For the leaf stitch, I used silk ribbon embroidery. It wasn't this colour, but it was, you know, the same width as these two threads, silk ribbon embroidery threads. And that's how I did the leaf stitch there. And the French knot are in a cotton pearl again as well. And that's how that seam embroidery has finished. I think it looks alright. And if you remember, I did the balloon stamping and then embroidered it. So this is where that seam is in this section. I added this cross stitch butterfly and I framed it in a ribbon. This is not the craft ribbon that you buy in the stores. It comes attached to the shoulder, the inside shoulder arms of tops. I think you're supposed to use the ribbon to hang the tops from, I don't know. And I've used that ribbon for that framing, and I've used French knots just in all around it to couch that ribbon down. And it's like a, I think it was a DMC embroidery variegated cotton that I used for that. And I just used a little store-bought silk ribbon rose to top it off. I've done cross stitching for a very long time, on and off. I haven't done it in a while, but I think I might get back into it because I quite enjoy cross stitching. And in here you can see the different seams I've used for this section. I was going to put these fans in here, but I don't think it's needed. It's a little bit small for that area, so I'll leave that. And I have this butterfly here. It's an organza butterfly. It's actually a card making scrapbooking one, and it had like a little sticky back. I peeled it off and I just couched it all down. I'm not sure if I want that like that. I may have to couch it, you know, with some French knots or some little bit of embroidery to hold that down as well, because it might be a bit fragile sitting loose like that. I've used, for these little flowers, this was a trim, and I just cut the flowers singly and put them in on top of these embroidered leaves. And over here I did another stamp with the stays on black ink, and I just embroidered around the outside in like a yellow thread with a gold thread. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, there we are. You should be able to see it now. So that's what I did there. And that's that little section starting to come in and getting finished. I also did this spider web here, I did a silver thread coming down in from the spider, and this is just stem stitch the web, but I used all kinds of little bits of thread for it. You can just see the different colours. And that's what's happening in that section of the crazy quilt, and I'll keep going until the area is finished, and I'll just move on to the other sections. As I said, I'm not doing any beads or buttons on this crazy quilt. It's all embroidery stitches. Alright, that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.